All right, I've got the heater on this morning. It's 36 degrees actually, and California is supposed to get some rain this week. So this should be challenging for those who live mobily or outdoors, especially those that are called the homeless or home free, which technically I do fall in that group. To step away from any sense of pride. Yeah, I'm homeless. I have not, I guess, no, I'm not homeless. I am homeless. I don't have a technical home, but I have a place to sleep. I sleep in an old Ford van with a mattress, and last night I was very comfortable and warm. Thankful for that. And it is good. It is a challenge when it rains because the humidity, without an insulated van, the humidity and the condensation, things get wet pretty quick just from the air moisture. And I'm sharing this just to really hope that people who have more of the creature comforts established in their life remember to pray for those who don't. Man, when there are people out here that are living on the street or even in tent life on the street or out and about, because there's people up here in the canyon that literally live up in the canyon, have their own campsites, whatnot, and it rains, especially for a few days straight, it can really be challenging for life. Things get wet, muddy, dirty, cold, and being cold and wet is not fun. I got interrupted the other day, and I have taken a couple of days break from uploading. My last reading in Proverbs 11 was interrupted, and I'm hoping this one doesn't. So there was actually my phone memory went full and it stopped recording right at an interesting time where I was really making a point about Messiah ben Yusuf. I want to get back into it today with the reading in chapter 11. So Father, I just pray that you would guide us and bless us right now by your word. Begin this new day, Father, and guide us with your word and your spirit, your RÜCH, Kadash, Father. Thank you for this time, for the opportunity to have access to your word, for the opportunity to connect with each other. I pray that you would bring your servants together, Father, those who love you, that we would not be alone, that we would have fellowship, that we would have at least a three-corded strand within each of our circles, our families, so to speak. Thank you, Father. So right now we're in a time where, just in short, it is, I believe, we're entering into a harvest period where the sorting is beginning, and the sorting means more division between those who are lawless and those who are what we call righteous or lawful. Righteousness versus evil or wickedness, and lawfulness versus unlawfulness. And so the Proverbs really starts to dive into that, and 9 is the kind of segue into really focusing on wisdom, and 10 and on for several chapters in Proverbs talks about the contrast of the righteous and the evil or wicked. So chapter 11 contrasts the upright and the wicked. A false balance is an abomination to the Most High. I'm just going to say the Most High, Yahovah. We are told to declare his name, or we see the example of what Dude HaMalak said he said, I declare your name before my brothers in the congregation. When we don't declare his name in the world, we deny the world his name. I believe it's a great injustice. It's a great injustice. He gave us his name for a reason. And yeah, he gave it to us for a reason. We should know it, we should declare it, we should stand in it. A false balance is an abomination to Yahuwah, and a just weight is his delight. When pride comes, then dishonor. But with the humble wisdom. The integrity of the upright will guide them, but the crookedness of the treacherous will destroy them. Riches do not profit in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. The righteousness of the blameless will smooth his way, but the wicked will fall by his own wickedness. The righteous will be upright with the righteousness of the upright will deliver them, but the treacherous will be caught by their own greed. When a man dies, his expectation will perish, and the hope of strong men perishes. The righteous is delivered from trouble, but wicked takes his place. With his mouth, the godless man destroys his neighbor. But through knowledge, the righteous will be delivered. When it goes well with the righteous, the city rejoices, and when the wicked perish, there is a joyful shouting. By the blessing of the upright is a city exalted, but by the mouth of the wicked is it torn down. He who despises his neighbor lacks sense, but a man of understanding keeps silent. He who goes about as a talebearer, or a backbiter or gossiper, reveals secrets. But he who is trustworthy conceals a matter. Where there is no guidance, the people fall, but in abundance of counselors there is victory. He who is a guarantor for a stranger will surely suffer for it, but he who hates being a guarantor is secure. A gracious woman attains honor, and ruthless men attain riches. The merciful man does himself good, but the cruel man does himself harm. The wicked earns deceptive wages, and he who sows righteousness gets a true reward. He who is steadfast in righteousness will attain to life, and he who perceives evil will bring about his own death. He who pursues evil will bring about his own death. The perverse in heart are an abomination to Yahuwah, but the blameless in their walk are his delight. The blameless. I think people in the church say that they don't exist. Assuredly, the evil man will not go unpunished, but the descendants of the righteous will be delivered. As a ring of gold in a swine's snout, so is a beautiful woman who lacks discretion or taste. The desire of the righteous is only good, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath. There is one who scatters and yet increases all the more, and there is one who withholds what is justly due, and yet it results only in less than or want. The generous man will be prosperous, and he who waters will himself be watered. He who withholds grain, the people will curse him, but blessing will be in the head of him who sells it. He who diligently seeks good seeks favor, but he who seeks evil, evil will come to him. He who trusts in his riches will fall, but the righteous will flourish like a green leaf. He who troubles his own house will inherit wind, and the foolish will be a servant to the wise-hearted. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and he who is wise wins souls. If the righteous will be rewarded in the earth, how much more the wicked and the sinner or the lawless. And that concludes chapter 11 of Proverbs or Mashaleh. I pray that you have a blessed day, evening, wherever you are. May Yah bless and keep you. May his face shine upon you in mercy and favor always. Thank you.